I mean, personally, my first time in a real game, obviously preseason, but a real game going against him. I mean, you don't really look at it that way, but just, one of the best coach, probably the best coach of all time. It's awesome to be on the field with him. He's a legend. So you definitely have your respect, but your mindset is not like, oh, this is Bill Belichick on the other side. But when you break it down and you talk about it out loud and you think about it, the greatest ever do is sitting on the other sideline. So it's pretty dope to be on the same field as him.
Have you ever been part of a team where you had 3 different quarterbacks in a season?
No, I don't think so. I think this was my first. Yep.
What has this been like, especially adjusting to Tommy? Who's the younger? I mean, the other 2 guys are at least veterans, but this is a rookie quarterback, obviously.
Yeah, I think for any rookie, every week the game slows down. I remember when I was a rookie, I had, I was really lucky because I had Eli Manning, who was in year whatever. So especially blitz pickups and whatever, he would tell me what to do. I didn't even have to really think about it. But you can see that the game's slowing down for him. Biggest thing with him though, I just love the confidence and the swagger he plays with. It kind of reminds me of a Trace in college. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Tommy. And I'm happy for him. He played great last week. He's been playing great so far, and hopefully he can keep it going for us.
What's the mentality of this team right now? You have one more game here leading into the bye.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this has got to be the latest bye week we've ever had. But everything we want is still out there. Just keep stacking them, taking one game at a time, and stay focused on this game. We got a really good opponent against New England. Obviously, the record is I think the same as us, 3-8, but similar to us. And they've been a lot of games where the record could easily be different. So that's the NFL. We know it's going to be a great matchup against a great team, and our mindset and our focus is do whatever we can to come out with a win.
Do you get a kick out of Tommy?
I love it. I love it.
What do you like? What are the interactions like?
Tommy's my guy. But I love it. I love the whole storyline. I love that he's from Jersey. He lives with his parents. He's a starting quarterback in New York Giants. That whole thing is something that I would do in Madden. I would go and draft or pick an undrafted guy and put him on my team and just make him into a superstar. That's stuff that I do in my spare time, what I've been doing since I was a kid. So I love the underdog story and stuff like that. I'm happy for him, but he definitely doesn't carry that mindset. He doesn't walk around, of an underdog. He's confident. I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't think that he's a rookie and he's the starting quarterback in New York Giants. You would think it's year 5. He's been doing this for a very long time. The way that he carries himself, and you can feel in the huddle. So I love it. I'm happy for him, and as my job is as a leader is continue to stay on his side, help build his confidence, and help make plays for him when the opportunity comes.
Saquon, how about Tommy's, including yourself, confidence after the win last week? Not his confidence, but the confidence the rest of the guys having him coming off his last week.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, I kind of said something similar to it after the game. In the locker room, this is the NFL. When a guy gets in there, it's not like, oh, can he do this, can he do this, and not obviously, don't get me wrong, there's tears and but he's here for a reason, and it's hard to make it to this level. So when you're in a locker room like this, we all understand how hard it is to make it to the NFL. I think for the outside world, they think it's a lot easier. So for us, we don't. It's not like, oh, our confidence growing him. Obviously, you get a win, confidence of the team just grows, but it's the next man up. It's your job to go out there and make plays, no matter what the situation is, and he's been doing a really good job of that.
What play are you installing this week?
I didn't install that play. Calf and all those guys did a really good job of calling it. I just felt with the way the defense was playing that play would work. Belly let me down a little bit of not getting to the end zone, so I had to give him a little bit of crap. But I'm never going to be upset with a touchdown myself.
How often do you do that, though? Because obviously the cameras caught that by suggesting plays.
Yeah, you do it all the time. You just get a feel in the game. Yeah, camera obviously caught it in that moment, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. You get a feel, and they do the exact opposite of what you think. But you just get a feel of the game and what's going on through the game and how they're playing you, and you just make suggestions. And we have a coach staff that did a really good job of listening to the players.
So how often do they listen to you?
I would say pretty much, depending on the game. I can't just go up there and be like, hey, Daves, I want the ball here. So, and he goes, tell Cav, Saquon wants the ball here, and they give me the ball. It don't just work like that. Obviously, they got to agree with it. But, yeah, I would say not just myself, whether it's DJ, whether it's any of the quarterbacks, or whether it's wide receivers, if they're playing a certain way and we feel it and we watch it, we feel like we set them up and we can make the play, they'll give us a green light.
From Jabril on film, what do you think about matching up with him?
He's playing great. He's playing really good. I'm happy. Pep's one of my guys, obviously being one former teammate. Got nothing but respect for him, the way he works. I think his last year here is the year that he tore his knee. So he didn't go out the way that he would like, but just happy to see him getting back to himself and playing at a high level right now. He's a tough player. He's physical. He got that motor that doesn't stop, whether it's practice or whether it's in the game. So it's always a fun matchup when you get to go against a guy like that.
Joe, sorry. This locker room seems pretty animated today and, exuberant today. Why?
It was like that last week. I said we're 2-8, but we don't feel like a 2-8 team. And some people might take it, we don't care. And it's like, no, we've been there's some teams and there's times where you're a losing team and it feels like you're a losing team and it's miserable and you don't want to walk in here, and that's not the swagger that we have. We know everything that we want to accomplish is still out there, but we just got to keep that mindset as have everyone keep counting us out, but just take it one game at a time, one day at a time, and hopefully by the end of this we're looking up and we're where we want to be.
Do you think the veterans?
Former head coach Joe Judge will be on the other sideline this week. Will you go over, catch up with him? And 2 years later, what do you remember? Anything you learned from him? Anything you learned from that era, Saquon?
With Judge, obviously the biggest thing was focus on the little things and the details. That's something that I'll always take. Definitely will see. If I see him, I'm gonna go over there and speak to him. Like you said, like you mentioned, my former head coach. Me personally, he's the one where first thing that goes in my mind, I was sitting there after I tore my knee. I'm sitting there bawling. I look up, and he's the one that told me it's gonna be a hell of a story. From that moment, that kind of was my whole mantra. It's like, this is not over. Like I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna work my butt off, and I'm gonna get back to a player that I'm known to be, and a player that I know that I am. And so I got nothing but tremendous respect for Joe, and obviously the 2 years here didn't go the way we were like, but I'm really thankful for him.
Last time he played the Patriots, who started at running back?
Last time I played the Patriots,
This team, when you...
Jonathan Hilton.
Who's the little guy? Who's the little guy that was really small running back too that was active that game? Do you know? Who was?
You talking about my second year? 2019.
He was like a practice guy. He came in he was really small.
The little guy I'm thinking about is D-Lou, but that was 2020. It was Hillman, Elijah Penny. He was playing fullback and running back.
Yeah, he did play running back that game.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did he play that game?
He played. He was like
I think.
or something.
Yeah.
He was active.
He's active? Yeah. Any more?
Hey, can I just get one more in about Tommy?
Yeah, listen, I said I'm joking.
That would throw me off. With Tommy, do you think guys have kind of rallied around him in part because of the enthusiasm he brings and how he's young, but he's got something to him.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps. I feel like you can handle it one or two ways. You come in a situation and be nervous, and everyone can feel that, and now that's when it's like, all right. Obviously, like I said, in the NFL, you're here for a reason. But if you're going there and you seem scared, you seem timid, that's not a recipe for success. I think his attitude and the way he comes and the swagger, he plays like what you think of like an Italian Jersey person would be. Like that's exactly how he plays. So I think that definitely helps. I think helps himself and just us. We know that the guy that we have that's at quarterback has confidence in himself and confidence in making the plays, and that definitely goes a long way.
What did he say to you immediately after the touchdown, the first touchdown? Do you remember?
He said, "Hell of a catch."
Okay.
Yep.
So he's right.
Yep. He said, "Hell of a catch."